Yo, what's up guys, Zarkus here. Very quickly before this video begins, I want to plug my Discord. It'll be in the pinned comment and the description. But essentially you'll get to see shit like this edit someone made of me, where they made my face Monokuma, this one where they made me Anne, and this one where they made me an emo. But it's a very friendly server. You can express your opinion, and then if you want to talk to me about anything, you can talk there as well, so join it, links in the description. Anyway, so the main focus of this video is Batter underrated? So to go through some of his traits, he has a 20% vaulting speed increase, and he has a 20% pallet throwing speed increase. To counter this, he has a minus 20% decoding speed decrease. Now, his main trait, altruism, is one of the most underrated traits out there. It is entirely broken, but people don't realise it. When someone gets injured, his speed increases by 50% for 10 seconds. That's borrowed time for 10 seconds. And if you know how fast borrowed time is, 10 seconds of borrowed time is insanely fast. So his item is he has 3 cricket balls, and he charges up his hit, and the longer he charges his hit for, the further he pushes the hunter. Now, when holding or when charging up the hit, his speed is slightly decreased. When he hits the ball normally, he can then go and pick up the ball, but when he's in rage mode, the ball will destroy. So essentially, the longer he holds the swing for, the further he'll push the hunter. Now, when he's in rage mode and he hits the hunter against a wall, they will be stunned, but when he's not in rage mode, the hunter won't be stunned. So it's a bit of a dilemma, because you can then recharge his abilities if you don't go in rage mode. However, it won't buy as much time, and whereas rage mode will buy more time, but you'll be losing your ability. So in these aspects, I consider him similar to Wildling and Forward. He's a bit of a mix in my opinion, because Wildling, in order to rescue someone without being in rage mode, you have to hit them in the animation in the same way that Wildling does. And with Forward, you can then stun them against a wall, and it's not necessarily in the animation. So he has a mix of both, but obviously not as strong as either. So in terms of strategies, I've been practicing with him a lot, and although I haven't been using him on my main in rank, as you can see by these clips here, these hunters aren't sort of like top tier hunters. I've been using him in 5v5, and in certain games I've been carrying. So since he's not like a complete harass character, so to explain this like as best as I can, there are 2 different ways of harassing. There's rank harassing and tournament harassing. Rank harassing is when someone goes down and the hunter picks them up, you stun them. Tournament harassing, you harass mid-kite, and Batter's more of a mid-kite harass. I mean, he can harass when they pick up, but he's not the best at it. So in these clips I'm going to show you some ways in which he can be utilised very heavily in rank matches. So during kite, if the hunter gets too close to you, you simply pan your camera towards them, tap your bat, and it sends them back a bit. If you charge your swing, what a lot of hunters will do will be to go side to side in order to try and avoid it. Now if you know the maps well, like I do, that means you can then essentially buy time for you to get to a pallet. Now although I do go down here, the principle is there. And on that note, if the hunters are in the open, they will go to side to side, but if they're in a confined space, they'll hug a wall so that you won't push them back very far. You can also force rescue. Now depending on the situation, you want to go into rage mode to actually give them the stun. Here I didn't need to, but I'll show you another clip later on where I did actually need to go into rage mode in order to force the rescue. And then there's the classic, you want dungeon, the hunter wants to kill you. You get to the dungeon, turn your camera, bat them away, and boom. So here's an example of harassment. It is decent, but it's got a cooldown of 10 seconds, so the guard don't need to last like 5 or 6 seconds before she goes down again, so I actually have chance for another harass. Unrelated, but she tried to disrespect my pallet, and anyway, so I go into the rescue here, waltz up to her, charge my bat, bonk her away, get the rescue. Here I go into rage mode because I didn't think Eric would get the stun off here. Regardless, it did actually work out pretty well because I pushed it into the pallet, and we got the stun. So pretty nice combo there. So this is the force rescue rage mode I was talking about. Go into rage mode, force the rescue by stunning her. Bonk, against the wall she goes. Rescue here. Now, in a normal situation, considering I'd already used my tide, I wouldn't normally rescue here, but because Eric was the only other person on VC in this game, I was like, hey, I actually do need to rescue him. So it was actually worth the sacrifice, because we did get the draw, so yeah. So that was part 1. That was kind of me just explaining about it, some strategies with him, and some of the tricks you can do with him. In part 2, I'm basically going to show how I essentially clutched up a game after a poor first kite. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you in part 2.